Hey there, guys. Today we are talking about peace, and we're also going to be doing a Tabata workout. So we're going to Tabata through our peace. But this is the verse that we're going to move through today, and it's in Philippians 4, verses 6 and 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So we're going to start breaking that down today because we're talking about peace. And it says, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding. And what? We got to go back to the other verses. He's talking about there's something we do, and the peace of God will come that surpasses all understanding. And so we're going to look through that today as we do the Tabatas. So we have 4 rounds of Tabata. Tabata is a 20 seconds of hard work, a 10-second rest, and 8 rounds, which equals about 4 minutes. And more effective than going on a 30-minute walk, depending on the effort level that you put into it. But we are just inviting you to it. We're inviting you to 4 rounds, but if you just do 1 round, that's fantastic. Good job. Good job, good job, good job. Well done. But talk to the Lord about it where you're at. I don't want you to strive, and I want you to push because you think you should do more. Talk to him and see where you're at. Okay? So as we go through each round, just stop and say, where am I at? And but we invite you to come along with us, okay? So we're going to be going through this verse today, and we're going to be going through some Tabatas. I'm going to show you the first 2 movements for this first Tabata, and then we'll get going on looking at the beginning of this verse, which it says, do not be anxious. And you'll love the first song, all right? But grab your pumpkins. We're not actually going to be holding them today. We're going to be moving around them. But let me show you some of the movements. So our first one is going to be a jack and a tuck jump. So hold on a second. So a jack and a tuck jump. But if that is not your caliber right now, then jack and a squat, okay? If you want to go crazier, you can plyo and touch down first before you actually tuck, okay? So it's going to be 2 and 2, or 2 and 2, okay? So we're going to be working for 20 seconds hard, 10-second rest, and the next movement we're going to do is a toe tap. You've done toe taps. You can go here. You can go on the floor. We're going to add some movement to it and go around. Or you can just actually go super fast. Or you can add arms into it. Okay, so many different ways that you can make this either more challenging or put it to your level. Okay? All right. So I got my speaker on today, so if you hear me huffing and puffing, you know it's a workout, right? All right. So we're looking at do not be anxious. Do not be anxious in anything, but everything with prayer and petition, or prayer and supplication. What do those 2 mean, right? Prayer and supplication is what we're going to get into in this next movement as you're going for that 20 seconds hard and 10 seconds rest. So here's your first one. Are you guys ready? You've got the 2 movements. And we're going to be going in. Let me start the timer, get it ready. Are you guys ready? You figured out which jack and jump you're going to do? All right, we're going to work semi-hard. You're going to laugh at this fun new song. Are you guys ready? Find which one you're going to do. And we are going to start in 3, 2, and go. Rest. All right, toe taps. 5 seconds. Go. Use your arms if you want to. Movement if you need to. 2, rest. Back to the jacks. You like the song? The peace of God. And go. Good job. Almost to the end. Rest. Toe taps. 3, 2, go. This is round 4. Halfway through. If you want to move, move it. Don't step on the pumpkin though. Keep going. Rest. All right, back to the jacks. The point is to work so hard by the end that you're just hanging on. So don't keep it till the end of this 20 seconds. Nice job, keep going. Keep going. Rest. Keep going through the song. This song's gonna stop. And we're gonna keep going. Toe taps in 5, 4, 3, go. If you have to go down to here, go down to here. Okay? No problem. It's about finishing. No comparison. Moving, enjoy. Rest. All right, 2 rounds left. 1 jack round, 1 toe tap round. And we're gonna go in 3, 2, go. Uh-oh. Hold on. Woo! You should be failing. I'm failing. Rest. 1 last toe tap. 1 last toe tap. And then we're gonna get a minute rest before our next round, okay? Go. The music may or may not help you. Woo, rest. Good job, you guys. You made it through round 1 of Tabata. Fantastic. You were invited to a round 2. And we got a 1-minute rest here. Let me show you what the new ones are as we go into that. So our new ones are a pumpkin X squat. So you're squatting in front of it, together, out, in, out, in, out. Or step together. Okay, that's our first one. The second one is going to be a 3, 2, 1 jump. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, jump forward, 1, 2, 3, jump back, 1, 2, 3, forward, back. All right, that's gonna be our first round. We're gonna keep going different directions on that so you can get the same muscles moving in both ways. So prayer and petition, or prayer and supplication. Got about 30 seconds left here. Those are 2 different things. Supplication is the needing, the seeking, the desperate asking, like the woman who was bleeding and she just wanted to touch the edge of his robe. It's like the centurion who came and desperately wanted Jesus to heal, right? The people that sought out the desperateness. Prayer, I think, is just talking with him. But then there's the actual request that you just are pleading with him. And that's the supplication. That's what those words mean. So prayer and supplication, pleading with him and talking with him. He knows, but he just wants us to come with those requests because it's a relationship. It's not a one-way street. All right, are you guys ready? We're going to look at round number 2. Looking at those X squats or those pumpkin squats. Are you guys ready? We're gonna move. Move it, move it. Ready? Go. Squat in. Ooh, church clap. Good song, good song. Prayer and supplication. What do those two things do to our heart? Do they bring us closer? Rest. Bring us closer to him or farther away? All right, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. Go. Ooh, don't jump on those pumpkins. Next time we'll go the other direction. Rest. All right, back to this pumpkin X. Squats. Prayer and supplication. Something happens to our heart when we take the time to talk to him. When we plead and we ask him for certain things that are burning upon us. And one of those things that happens is the beginning of the verse that says, do not be anxious. It takes our anxiousness and puts it in the trash can. Rest. And with that, it does something to our body. It drops the cortisol levels that are in there. 1, 2, 3. Go in the other direction. Don't get messed up. I did for a second. So it drops those cortisol levels. It calms the heart, which calms your blood pressure, which calms the inner workings. Back to those X squats. But if Jesus told us that prayer and supplication, and then the last part is thanksgiving, would do something for our health, we would do it for our health and not for him. He knows us. He knows us. Health is the byproduct of our relationship with him and the things that he tells us. Rest. Whew. This one's getting hard. Going the other way this time. 2, go. But isn't that true with lots of things? Like fasting. We know there's health benefits to fasting. It's been proven. But that's not the reason God told us to fast. He told us to fast to become closer to him. Oh, dog. Rest. Come here, buddy. Over there, we got one more set. Sorry, dog interruption. Lay down. He's cute though, huh? Can't get mad at him. But fasting. Yeah, there's benefits in here of what happens to us. But the reason is to become closer to him. And if he would have told us that we'd have health benefits from fasting, that's the only reason we would do it. And that's not what he designed it for. Go look at Isaiah 57 or Isaiah 58, one of the two. It talks about that. We have one more. Going the other way. Your heart rate should be up like mine. We're going to get a rest in a second. If you have more room to do your 1, 2, 3 sides, go farther out. I just don't because I'm going to run to a pumpkin. Nice job. Round 2, almost done. Woo, rest. Take a deep breath, we got a minute. So with this next round, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving because that's the other thing. It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything. Does that mean some things? No, everything. With prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving. So we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Submit your request to God, or present your request to God. So let's look at our next 2 moves, and then we'll talk about Thanksgiving. This one is going to be a burpee breakdown. All right? If you need a chair for it, go for it. Chairs are good. So, somebody's calling me, but it's not God, so it's not important right now. All right. So here we go. So a burpee breakdown, we're going to start with the jump that we do at the end of the burpee, right? And so we're going to jump across the pumpkin So jump squats. So you're sitting your butt back, going as low as you can, butt back, chest up, jumping across the pumpkin. That's the first one. The second one is going to be a surfer type, surfer in a tap. If you need to use your chair, go for it. It's going to be in the plank position. You're going to jump, tap, jump, tap, jump, tap. The third one of the breakdown is going to be some plank jacks. You're going to be here, knee, 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 knee. And then our last one is going to be all of it together. Down, legs out, knee, knee, jump in, jump to the side of your pumpkin, back down again. This one's going to be a little harder, but I know you can do it. Make sure you have room and you don't run over bars or things that you have in the way. So Thanksgiving. Here we go with some Thanksgiving. Are you guys ready? Let me set this up. You're invited to round 3. If you did 2, that's fantastic. Good job. That's awesome. That's going to be so much health benefit for you right there. If you're called into round 3, come with us. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving. We're going to be thankful for movement. All right, here we go. Ready? And go. Jump squats. Hips back. Thanksgiving, thankful. I know that there's a verse that says, in everything, give thanks, rejoicing always. That does something to our heart too. 3, 2, 1. All right, surfers are going down on the ground. Surfer in a tap. All right, surfer in a tap. 3, 2, 1, go. Tap, tap, tap. So it does something to our heart, because when we give thanks, we're looking outward rather than inward. When we look inward, we got selfish things, all about me, all about I, rest. Next one we got jacks, the knees to the side. So it does something to our focus. Knee, 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 knee. Trying to get that knee to that elbow. Too fast, hold. Too fast. Does something to our heart to look outward. Something bigger than us. A thankful heart. Because if we don't have a thankful heart, it becomes a selfish heart. We're going to do a whole burpee. You guys ready with me? Starting on this side of your pumpkin. Ready, go. Down, knee, knee, in, up. If you are faster than me, fantastic. If you're not the pace I'm at, that's okay. You don't keep up with me, I'm not keeping up with you. Keeping up with the spirit. Rest. That's hard. All right, back to the jump side to side. Breaking it down. 3, 2, and go. Your heart rate should be way high. That's why this is more effective than a 30-minute walk, if you're doing it right. I'm thankful for it, though. 2 days ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Rest. I was sicker than a dog, puking my guts out, doing the surfers. Thankful for movement. Surfers. Not for what it gets me, because it's actually a posture of worship to be able to do it for Him, to Him and through Him, and in Him are all things. Thanksgiving. It's too bad only once a year we spend a month giving thanks, because Jesus says it's an important part of peace. Knee jacks. Nice job. Double, double. Fast, fast. Fast, fast, hold. Fast, fast, hold. Says it's an important part of peace. There's 3 parts there. Prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Rest. Full burpee. Last one. I know you're tired. You can do this. You can do this. Set a number, maybe 4. Get in 4. Down, knee, over. 10 seconds. We got a good old minute rest. 2, rest. Nice job. Good job, good job, good job, good job. So he says 3 things. With prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Not outward to everybody else, but to him. You know, where do you present your stuff? Do you call somebody? Do you put it on Facebook? Do you talk to your neighbor? What is it? Because he said present it to him. And when we do those things, it says, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your mind, because of those health benefits we just talked about, and because of those promises that we know come from him, not from the world, not from the way the world does stuff. Our last round, from the very top, we have 1 set of everything. You're invited to this insane round because we have the peace. You're invited because of peace. You can come because of peace. If you're coming because of anything else, a striving, where you gotta count more calories, then don't come. Come because of peace. He brings peace. All right, so we're gonna start with 2 jacks and a tuck jump. All right, we got about 20 seconds here. So tuck jumps, jacks and tuck jumps, and then toe taps. Pumpkin X squats. 1, 2, 3s, jump, burpee, breakdown. All right, so the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds. It's gonna guard it. When we bring those things to him, it will guard our heart. But let's think about what a guard is. All right, you guys ready? Ooh, here we go. You can do this. This is an X squat. Here we go. 3, 2, go. Peace that surpasses understanding. Surpasses means it goes beyond. We have limited understanding. We don't understand everything. Haha, I'm glad. 2, rest. We got toe taps next. Because when you're in a stressful situation, and he's there, because he always is, and we bring our petitions, we bring our thanksgiving, he gives us a peace that surpasses all understanding. And it's going to guard our hearts and our minds against those lies that the enemy uses. Rest. All right, we've got, whoops, I messed up 2 of them. That's okay. We got jacks, tuck jumps. You're probably like, hey, she just said that. Go. Or here. Look, you got a lot in your tank. Let's go. Rest. All right, 1, 2, 3s. And go. Back. Rest. All right, our next one is the burpee breakdown, starting with the jumps. 4, 3, 2, go. And that peace that surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Because when we submit our prayers and our supplications, it's through him, through that advocate, to the Father. This is the tough one, isn't it, guys? All right, we got surfers here with the pumpkin taps. Almost done. You could do this 3 rounds. Tap. Core tight. This is when you can hurt yourself when you get tired. Keep that head up. Oh, this is when it gets rough. This is when we can't feel that peace, right? There's times in life when we can't feel that peace. All right, double to the knees. Knees. This is when it's hard, when you can't feel the peace. And you have to think of what you're thankful for. Thankful for Jesus. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for clothes to wear, food to eat. I'm thankful for his message and his riches that he gives me, rest. We got full burpee coming up. I'm thankful for all these things. So in the hard spaces of life, you've got to be thankful. You've got to give those requests to him. Full burpee. Come on, you can do this. Keep going. Think about it. Speak it out. What are those things? What are those requests in the hard times? What are those thankful things? Rest. Good job, good job, good job, good job. But that last point is the point. Because we could read all we want about peace and about how to get it and where it comes from. And it says with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving. But if we don't do it in the challenging times, if we don't do it when the rubber hits the road, then it's all just talk. He says, and trust him on this, because he never lies. Those things will be in peace in those chaotic situations, and it will guard that heart. Because here's what happens when we give into that anxiousness. We give into that anxious, not being anxious in anything is what he says. It says right here, the enemy keeps us anxious and stressed to keep us from the creative, because God is creative and he's created us to be creative. So when we are anxious and stressed, we don't have creativity that he's given us, and that can come in all sorts of places. It doesn't mean art, it doesn't mean dance, it doesn't mean thinking up, crazy new games. Creative in what you do and how you're designed. So this is the enemy's game, to keep us stressed and anxious, because it keeps us from what? Our original design. It keeps us from being who he fully made us to be. And I don't think the enemy has that power unless we give it to him. We hand it over. But God has given us a way to push that away, to not be anxious and do not worry about things. Because when we do that, we keep from living who we fully are truly meant to be in him. So go take a look at this. Go take a deep breath with this. Because there's a lot here and a lot to what he says. But I trust that he is speaking to you in it. So with prayer and supplication and thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Have a good day, guys.